What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my World Cup series. This is episode number 4, and we started today's episode off by once again reviewing the group table. Of course, in the last episode you saw me win our third and final match in the group stage, which means we have indeed qualified for the round of 16. So in our second attempt at trying to win the World Cup, we have finally made it through the group stage, which is fantastic. But yeah, we go back to our original team, our best team if you will, the 3-5-2, and eventually we get ourselves into a game here against this side, and he's got a very decent side, a 4-2-3-1, 80 rated side with 87 chemistry. Some very decent players in there, such as Socrates and Koscielny, and obviously Bender's there, Dembele, Podolski on the wing, Benzema up top. So some very decent players in his squad, and the first chance of this game would actually fall relatively early on in just the 6th minute as my opponent crossed the ball in with Dario Serna. It's cleared away, but only as far as Narsing, who keeps holding the ball, ends up swinging it across, and unfortunately for us it's Benzema who wins the header, and the French striker puts it past Joe Hart and makes it 1-0. So 1-0 to my opponent really early on, and not the start we wanted. And in the 11th minute here we get onto the ball with Mboyo. Mboyo finds Gonalons plays it back towards our Belgian striker, who goes through 1-on-1, but unfortunately Landreau makes a great save and keeps the score at 1-0 to my opponent there. So still 1-0, but in the 19th minute here we get the ball to Joe Hart. Joe Hart plays the ball forward towards Barnetta. Barnetta finds Olic. Olic plays it back towards Barnetta. Barnetta gets past his man, a couple of nice pieces of agility, finds Raheem Sterling on the opposite wing. He gives it to Mboyo, plays it infield towards Olic. Olic goes for the header, but it's a great save by Landreau, and it's cleared away by my opponent. So unfortunately, we couldn't get the equalising goal. However, in the 40th minute here, Olic knocks the ball down towards Gonalons, and Gonalons strikes it, but again the shot goes wide. So we just couldn't seem to score the equalising goal, and in the 71st minute it was still 1-0 to my opponent, and I just couldn't seem to get myself back in the game. But as we go on the break here, Barnetta collects the ball, and he's got so much space, he's got so much room. Eventually he gives it to Giovinco here. Nice little reverse step over, then a little fake shot to get around his man. A couple of great skill moves and a great piece of agility, and a great finish by Giovinco as well into the bottom corner, and that makes it 1 apiece. So glad to be back on level terms here, just with just 18 minutes to go. But in the 78th minute, just a few minutes afterwards, Podolski goes down the left hand side, swings it across, and Benzema gets 2 bites of the cherry, and at the second attempt he puts the ball into the bottom corner to get his second goal of the game. So unfortunately it's 2-1 to my opponent. He is back in front in this game, and it looked as though he was going to be winning the game as well. Our last chance would fall in stoppage time here, so I brought everyone forward for this free kick. I let Joe Hart take it just so I can get as many bodies in the box as possible. It's crossed in, our Bosnian centre half wins the header, but unfortunately it goes straight to Landreau, and the game does finish 2-1. So my opponent gets the win. A real shame. We are out in the first knockout stage here in our second attempt at trying to win this World Cup. So our second attempt, we did better than our first attempt. Our first attempt we couldn't even get out of the group stage, but this time we got out of the round of 16, and it's a real shame. Benzema got 2. I got 1 with Giovinco, but unfortunately it would prove to be nothing other than a consolation goal. So yeah, 2-1 to my opponent, and unfortunately we're going to have to do it all over again. So that's a real shame. And as you'll see the stats as well, I feel as though, to be honest, I had a little bit of a right to be a little bit annoyed at myself, because as you'll see, you know, we had more shots. We had the same amount on target, but we had more shots. Quite a few of them were from close range, and I feel as though I probably should have scored more than once, but even so, we lost again by 2-1. That's a real shame. And that means that, of course, we are going to have to do it all over again if we want to win the World Cup as we go into our third attempt. But, of course, before that, we had a player pack. I got myself Marcos Rojo, the Sporting defender, and the Argentine left back. And we also decided to buy a pack as well for 5,000 coins. I just thought, do you know what? Everyone's getting super players. I want a super player as well. I really want a decent 85+ rated player. But, unfortunately, I got Balzaretti of Italy instead. And my highest rated player was Maggio, the right back of Italy, and the goalkeeper of Russia. So yeah, not really the best of packs, but a couple of European fullbacks, which is good, because that means I can now switch to a 4 at the back formation, which is what I like playing anyway. And yeah, some decent players in there, and yeah, it's not a bad team I built. I built a 4-2-3-1. I've also dropped Joe Hart because I just found him to be absolutely useless. But we're starting off without a Russian goalkeeper, back 4 of Janssen, Inigo Martinez, Vermaelen, Maggio, the defenders, Gonalons and Pjanic are playing holding midfield. Barnetta and Sterling are on the wings. Giovinco is playing attacking mid, and the striker on his own is going to be Olic. So that is the that is the team we have built now. It's a 4-2-3-1. I do better with one striker as opposed to two. I do better with four at the back. So hopefully now we switch from a formation I'm not too good with, which is the 3-5-2, to a more comfortable one. I should be playing a little bit better. But even so, we go back in to this World Cup group stage for our third attempt at trying to win the World Cup, and we come against this 4-3-2-1 side. 100 chemistry, 81 rated. Some great players in there, so it should be fun. Bain, Socrates, Johnson, Xabi Alonso, Cleverley, Fellaini, El Shaarawy, Soldado. I think the centre back was Barzagli, I'm not sure, or possibly Bonucci. I always get those two mixed up. Anyway, one of those two. But even so, the first chance of this game would fall here in the second minute as we play a 1-2 with Olic and Barnetta. Barnetta crosses the ball in towards Giovinco. It's headed away by Baines. Fellaini gives it away, and it comes to Miralem Pjanic, and what a strike this is. Absolutely fantastic goal by our Bosnian centre midfielder. It cannons in off the underside of the bar, and we make it 1-0. So a fantastic finish there. That was a fantastic goal. I found scoring goals is actually quite easy on this World Cup game. Scoring the goals and obviously conceding goals as well. I guess just scoring goals in general is really easy on this game. You know, you seem to score them from outside the area a lot easier than in the normal Ultimate Team. I'm not really sure why that is, but it does seem like goalkeepers are underpowered and shot accuracy has been toned up. Now, whether that's just to make the game a lot more interesting and entertaining, I don't know, but it definitely feels like the shot accuracy is a lot more improved in this World Cup add-on, and the goalkeepers are underpowered, but still it's 1-0 to us here, and in the 15th minute we could have made it 2-0 as we go through 1-1, but Buffon makes a great save. My opponent gives the ball away with Glenn Johnson. Fellaini makes the challenge and keeps the score at 1-0, but in the 22nd minute another good chance for us. Miralem Pjanic, the goal scorer, finds Olic here. Olic gets hold of the ball, plays it through towards Miralem Pjanic, and it's a great chip half volley over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. So 2 goals for our Bosnian centre midfielder, and we are 2-0 up here in the opening 23 minutes, and just a couple of minutes after that we go on a break again. It's Gonlons who looks for the run of our Croatia striker Olic, who goes to shoot. He's tackled, but it comes back to Olic, who keeps holding the ball and shoots, but it cannons off the bar, and then somehow Barnetta can't score. Buffon makes the save, and it is still 2-0. But like I said, all the chances coming to us really, and from the cross it's cleared away by my opponent, but all the chances coming to us really, my opponent wasn't threatening at all. And in the 30th minute we cross the ball in from a free kick with Maggio, and it's another goal for Miralem Pjanic. It's his hat-trick in the 31st minute. This guy is so good, seriously. He's a fantastic CM. He only gets 7 chemistry in this team as well, being a CM playing CDM, but this guy's fantastic. He makes it 3-0, he gets his hat-trick, and the game is surely over. And in the 34th minute, another great chance for us. Giovinco gets onto the ball here, finds Olic, who plays it back towards our Italian centre attacking midfielder, and he gets past his man with the stop and the scoop turn, and a good finish into the back of the net. Pass Buffon to make it 4-0. So we really were on fire, and 34 minutes in we were 4-0 up. But in the 42nd minute my opponent tries to hit back as Soldado finds Xabi Alonso. The shot is saved, but I failed to get the ball away. It deflects off Fellaini, and the Spurs and Spanish striker Soldado puts the ball into the bottom corner and makes it 4-1. So possibly a chance for my opponent to revive himself here. Well, just a couple of minutes after that, El Shaarawy goes down the wing and crosses the ball in. It's headed away, it's not headed away, and John gets on to the end of it and makes it 4-2. So my opponent scores 2 goals in quick succession, and that was a real shame because I was in control at 4-0, and then going into half time it was only 4-2. So my opponent cuts the lead to just 2 goals, and straight from kickoff in the second half he goes down the right hand side with Fellaini. He gets past Janssen here, ends up getting past his man, keeps on going, rolls it through towards Xabi Alonso. The shot is taken, but it's a good save by a Russian goalkeeper, and it's still 4-2. However, from the goal kick, as he crosses the ball in with the Spanish midfielder Xabi Alonso, Fellaini wins the header, he puts it past our goalkeeper, and it is 4-3. So my opponent, from 4-0 down, has now made it 4-3, and it's the beast. This guy is so good on our team. It's the beast Fellaini that makes it 4-3, and unfortunately I had surrendered a 4-goal lead. But in the 53rd minute we had a good chance to respond here as the corner is taken. It falls to Barnetta at the far post, who shoots, but it's saved by the goalkeeper, and from the resulting corner it's crossed in and it's headed in by Gonlons at the far post. So thankfully for us, we were 4-0 up, but finally we did get another goal. It's now 5-3, so we did at least extend the lead to 2 goals. That's better than nothing, and yeah, we're now 5-3 up in this game. But in the 72nd minute here we give the ball to Janssen. Janssen finds Barnetta, he finds Giovinco, he finds Olic. Some nice passing here. Olic gets past his man, rolls it through towards Giovinco. Great chance for us to make it 6-3, but unfortunately the shot was well saved, getting confused by a scoreline there, but a good save by Buffon. And in the 83rd minute here, Gonalons finds Vermaelen. Some nice passing around the back here as Vermaelen gives it towards Maggio. Maggio finds Sterling here. Sterling leaves it, and Olic gets onto the ball and then offloads it towards Raheem Sterling. Really good chance here as we go down the right hand side. Great chance. I see the run of Giovinco running into the centre. I pick him out with the cross, and Giovinco, one of the smallest men on the pitch, heads it past Buffon and makes it 6-3. So a 9-goal thriller in this game. A fantastic performance. I had to praise my opponent as well, because most people would have just given up at 4-0. They would have just quit the game or put the control of the game and just thought, screw it, I'm not going to get anything from this game. My opponent didn't give up, cut the lead to just 1 goal. He kept himself in the game, and I have to praise him for that. It was a really, really good game. Very entertaining. And yeah, the game did finish 6-3. I have to say, he probably deserved a point as well. He did play very well, but I guess just on this occasion I got some luck, and I played quite well in terms of clinical finishing. We won the game by 6-3, and that is fantastic news for us. And as always guys, a big thank you for watching this video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, because that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out, and it only takes a second to click that like button. And I'll see you for the next episode of my World Cup series very soon.